Listen up, folks. Have you looked at your grocery bill lately? The American food system is on the brink of collapse with prices skyrocketing 43% in the last 2 years alone. And that's if you can even find what you need on the shelves. Supply chains are breaking down, weather disasters are wiping out crops, and the government isn't telling you the half of it. When the system finally fails, and mark my words, it will fail, you'll be left with whatever you've managed to stockpile. And let me tell you something, that fancy frozen food and those refrigerated items, worthless without power. That's why I'm sharing these 12 critical foods that never expire when stored properly. Not 5 years, not 10 years. We're talking indefinitely. This isn't just prepper talk anymore, folks. This is survival intelligence every American family needs right now. So grab a pen, pay attention, and let's secure your family's food future before it's too late. 1. Honey. Archaeologists found 3,000-year-old honey in Egyptian tombs that was still perfectly edible. Can you believe that? Honey is the only food that never spoils if kept in a sealed container. The high sugar content, low moisture, and natural antibacterial properties create an environment where bacteria simply cannot survive. Store your honey in glass jars, not plastic. Plastic breathes and can introduce moisture. If your honey crystallizes, that's completely normal. Just place the jar in warm water until it liquefies again. Don't microwave it, you'll destroy the beneficial enzymes. For Americans living in humid southern states like Florida or Louisiana, be extra vigilant about sealing those containers. Moisture is honey's only enemy. 1 gallon provides about 12,000 calories of pure survival energy, so aim for at least 3 gallons per person in your stockpile. 2. White rice. White rice is the backbone of any serious food storage program. When stored properly, it lasts virtually forever. The key word is white rice. Brown rice contains oils that will eventually go rancid. Here's your storage protocol. First, check your rice for any signs of weevils before storing. Then use Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers. 1 300 cc absorber per gallon of rice. Heat seal those bags and place them in food-grade buckets with gamma lids for easy access. Store in a cool, dry place under 70 degrees. For folks in places like Texas or Arizona where heat is an issue, consider underground storage options. Every cup of dry rice provides about 600 calories, making it one of the most calorie-dense foods you can stockpile. 20 pounds per person per year is your minimum target. 3. Salt. Salt will outlast you, your children, and your grandchildren. It's not just a seasoning, it's a preservative, an electrolyte replacement, and a bartering item that will be worth its weight in gold when society crumbles. Pure salt with no additives is best. Those fancy iodized salts with anti-caking agents don't store as well. Store in airtight containers away from moisture. For extra protection, add a few grains of rice to absorb any humidity. If you're near the coasts, East Coast, Gulf Coast, or West Coast, you might think you can just collect seawater when disaster strikes. Big mistake. That process requires fuel and equipment you might not have. Store at least 10 pounds per person now. It's dirt cheap today, but will be priceless tomorrow. 4. Hard liquor. I'm not telling you to drink your emergency supplies, folks. High-proof spirits, 80 proof/40% alcohol or higher, serve multiple survival functions: disinfectant, pain reliever, fire starter, and preservation agent. Store bottles upright to prevent cork degradation. Keep them in cool, dark places and away from temperature fluctuations. Clear spirits like vodka are most versatile for medicinal use. Whiskey, rum, and gin work too. For Midwestern Americans who experience extreme temperature swings, consider basement storage to maintain consistent temperatures. And remember, flavored liqueurs and cream liquors will expire. Stick to the pure stuff. 1 bottle of each major type should be in every serious prepper's supplies. 5. Pure vanilla extract. Real vanilla extract is at least 35% alcohol. That's 70 proof, folks. This means it never spoils and serves double duty as a medicinal tincture and flavoring. Look for pure extract, not imitation, which does expire. Store in amber glass bottles away from light. The flavor actually improves with age. Make your own by splitting 5, 6 vanilla beans lengthwise, submerging in 8 ounces of vodka and waiting 2 months, shaking weekly. For those in northern states with long winters, vanilla extract can be a crucial morale booster when fresh foods are impossible to find. The psychological impact of familiar flavors during crisis cannot be overstated. 6. Pure maple syrup. Not the fake corn syrup garbage. I'm talking 100% pure maple syrup. When properly stored, it lasts indefinitely. Store in glass bottles or jars away from direct light. If mold appears on the surface, simply remove it. Bring the syrup to a rolling boil and return to clean containers. The high sugar concentration makes it nearly impossible for harmful bacteria to grow. For New Englanders who can tap their own trees, that's a renewable food source you should be developing now. 4 gallons of maple syrup contain enough calories to feed 1 person for a month in an emergency. 7. White vinegar. White distilled vinegar has an unlimited shelf life due to its high acidity. It's also one of the most versatile items in your stockpile. Use it for food preservation, cleaning, medical applications, and even as a gardening aid. Store in its original glass container with the original cap tightly sealed. Don't transfer to plastic, which can deteriorate over time. Keep away from direct sunlight in a cool area. For those of you in agricultural areas who might be growing your own food post-collapse, vinegar will be essential for pickling and preserving your harvest. 5 gallons per household is a reasonable starting point. 8. Dried beans. When stored correctly, dried beans maintain their nutritional value and viability indefinitely. They might take longer to cook after decades of storage, but they'll still be edible. Here's the crucial part. Most people get this wrong. You must use Mylar bags with 2,000 cc oxygen absorbers for every 5-gallon bucket. Seal the Mylar completely, then place in food-grade buckets. A 5-gallon bucket holds about 33 pounds of beans, providing roughly 50,000 calories. For folks in humid regions like the Southeast, consider adding desiccant packets alongside your oxygen absorbers. The perfect bean-to-rice ratio for complete protein is 1:3. So plan your storage accordingly. 9. Cornstarch. Cornstarch in its original sealed container will last indefinitely if kept dry. This overlooked prepping essential thickens sauces, treats skin conditions, and can even replace commercial deodorant when the supply chain fails. Transfer into airtight containers with silica gel packets to absorb any moisture. Store in the coolest, driest place in your home. Even 1 small container per month adds up to a significant stockpile over time. For those in Midwestern tornado zones or eastern hurricane areas, when evacuation is necessary, having portable foods that don't require refrigeration like cornstarch-thickened meals can be life-saving. 10. Ghee, clarified butter. Unlike regular butter, properly prepared ghee has had all water and milk solids removed, making it shelf-stable for years or even decades without refrigeration. Store in opaque, airtight glass containers. Keep in a cool, dark place. You can make your own by slowly melting butter, removing all foam, and straining through cheesecloth until clear. For Americans in super-hot regions like the Southwest, consider rotation every 2-3 years despite its indefinite shelf life. Each tablespoon provides about 120 calories of concentrated energy, vital when food is scarce. 11. Hard candy. Hard candies in proper storage will last virtually forever due to their high sugar content and low moisture. Store in glass jars with tight-fitting lids, away from heat sources. Add a food-grade desiccant packet to the container for extra protection. Separate different flavors to prevent taste transfer. For those of you in mountainous regions or northern states where winter activities consume extra calories, hard candy provides quick glucose when your body needs immediate energy. The psychological boost of having something sweet cannot be underestimated in disaster scenarios. 12. Whole wheat berries. Properly stored wheat berries will remain viable for decades, possibly centuries. Not only can you grind them for flour, but you can also sprout them for fresh greens even in the darkest winter. Use 5-gallon food-grade buckets with Gamma Seal lids. Place wheat in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, 2,000 cc per 5-gallon bucket. Seal completely, then place in the bucket. Store off the ground in a cool, dry location below 70 degrees Fahrenheit if possible. For those in the grain belt, You're sitting on the perfect environment for wheat storage. Take advantage of your naturally drier climate. A single 5-gallon bucket of wheat berries contains about 37,000 calories and has the potential to grow into countless future meals. Listen, folks, this isn't about fear. It's about being smart while you still have options. The time to build your forever food stockpile is now, before the shelves are empty and before prices double again. Every single American household should have at least 6 months of these never-expire foods properly stored. Remember, when you store these properly, they're not just emergency backups. They're investments in your family's security that will never lose their value. Unlike that retirement account that could vanish in the next market crash, these foods will always feed your family. So stop waiting. Stop thinking this won't happen to you. Stop believing the system will always take care of you. The warning signs are everywhere if you're paying attention. Those empty shelves during COVID? That was just a preview of what's coming. Get these 12 foods, store them right, and sleep better, knowing that no matter what happens to the supply chain, the economy, or the power grid, your family won't go hungry. In uncertain times, food independence is the only true security. Now get to work. Your window of opportunity is closing faster than most Americans realize.